Hello, good afternoon. This is Brian Williams, Superintendent of Buckeye Schools, and we're here for another show today, and we're talking wrestling today. We've got our guests here. I want to welcome you guys, and thank you for coming today. Thanks for being here. And maybe we'll start with Coach. Can we just go around and you guys can each introduce yourself?
Tim Maxworthy, head wrestling coach, language arts 7, 8, and 10.
Good.
Alex Wilk, senior wrestler.
Michael Keith, senior wrestler.
Alex and Michael, thanks for being here today. Well, great. You guys are both seniors?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, excellent, good. Alex, why don't you start a little bit, and can you maybe just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Like to wrestle, play football, stay pretty involved in sports around the school.
Okay. And have you gone to Buckeye all your educational career?
Entire life.
Okay, good. Michael?
Along with wrestling, I'm involved with the cross country and track programs. I'm a hurdler this year. Hoping to go pretty far there. I just completed my counselor's application for Buckeye Boys State this upcoming year, and hope we're on track in college.
Great. Awesome. Good for you. Might have some new track coaches, it sounds like, this year.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Good. All right. Coach, how about you? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background a little bit?
I went to school here, wrestled here, played football, went to Heidelberg College, wrestled at Heidelberg College, and then I ended up back here. Been the head coach for 3 years and coaching in the program for 5.
Now, can you talk to a little bit about the 3 years? What's the program done over your 3 years as head coach?
Well, we started off really high as conference champs, but that was kind of a byproduct of the previous coach. Last year, we didn't score points in 7 weight classes, and we were 3rd in the conference. This year, we didn't score points in 6 weight classes, and we were 2nd in the conference by 22 points.
Wow, awesome. So the PAC conference already happened.
It had already happened, yes.
And so can you talk about those young men that scored for you in the PAC conference?
Well, we had 2 champs. Alex was one champ at 170 pounds. Kyle Fowler was our other champ at 132. Mike, he had his best showing this year at conference, taking 3rd. We had 2 other individuals take 3rd, 4th place, and 2 runners-up.
Good. Awesome. That was actually very impressive. I'm sorry I put you on the spot like that without any notes or anything. Alex, you were a PAC champ this year.
Yes, sir.
Good. Can you talk to me about overall your season so far this year?
I'm just kind of like trying to catch up with everything. Finally a senior this year. Got to put that extra work in just to try to see if I can get where I want to go.
And what is your record so far?
22-9.
So that's very impressive. That's good. And Michael, how about your season so far?
Honestly, this is definitely the best season I've ever had. Everything's starting to come together. In the past 5 years of experience I have now, it's just all coming out into one right now. So.
And how about your record this year?
22-11.
Okay, excellent. Another very good season.
Thank you.
Good. How about your underclassmen, Coach? Does the future look bright for your program?
The future does. In the lower weights, we're having trouble getting upper weights. I'm hoping that football's going to help us out with that, getting some of these kids out. But we have a freshman 106-pounder who's doing very well this year. 2 freshmen at 26 and 30, 20 and 26, and some also JV wrestlers that are freshmen in the 30s.
Okay. How about you? Can you talk about the junior high program a little bit and where we're at with that and how that's going?
The junior high program is really doing well. We got a new coach in there, John Daglish. He's doing a fantastic job for us down there. We have 4 kids right around the same weight that are doing an absolutely phenomenal job. I think they've lost maybe 7 matches between all 4 of them this year. They have conference coming up this Saturday, and I'm expecting we should have anywhere from 4 to 6 champs, and we should be right there in the hunt for the title.
Nice, very good. How about you guys as far as your leading up to this? Did you guys come through the youth program and wrestle at the junior high and then move on to the high school?
I actually never knew about the youth program. Never did. Honestly, one of the biggest regrets that I have is not getting involved in the youth program at an earlier age. That's just my experience with it.
Alex?
I was semi-involved with the youth program, but I really got turned on to it around the junior high level, and I've just stuck with it since then.
Now, how about both of you as far as future goes? You guys obviously being seniors, and we're getting close to the spring here, so what do you guys plan on doing next year? You want to go to school? Do you want to try to pursue your athletics in college, or maybe it's not even college? What do you plan on doing?
I'm definitely looking to go to college. Athletics, as far as pursuing them, I'm not sure yet. It's still up in the air.
Do you have any colleges you're looking at right now?
Between Kent, OU, Grand Valley, and Ferris.
Good.
Like I said, I'm planning on possibly running an indoor and outdoor track in both the winter and the spring. Working up towards that right now. Right now I'm looking at Ohio Northern University or Mount Union.
Good. And for track?
Yes.
Good. Coach, we mentioned the youth program, and we know that that's very important to the success of your program. Can you talk a little bit about the youth program, and if maybe somebody was watching and they were interested in getting involved in the youth, maybe they have a younger child, how would they go about doing that?
Well, the youth program is a dynamite program for one. We already have, last time I checked, 8 state qualifiers for our youth state. And the way to get involved is either to email me at Buckeye school address, tmax@buckeyeschools.org, or call the school, extension 3021. But Steve Bartos actually runs our youth program, and I don't know his phone number and email off the top of my head.
That's okay.
But he's been doing it now for, I think, 3 years. He was a state placer for us. He's helped out by Steve Rapanovic, also a state placer for us. And they've just taken the youth program to a whole different level. Placed at several different tournaments, first and second, against some very stiff competition.
Well, I see a lot of postings online about how they're doing, and it does look like they're having a lot of success.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that are doing well. That's wonderful. Well, and obviously the hope is that will provide benefits to you down the road.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hope benefits for Buckeye in general. I figure if I can get more and more kids involved with wrestling, more kids will become involved with football and track and everything else.
Well, and you brought up an interesting point, that we've got some kids that are, bigger kids that are playing football right now. And wrestling is such a great sport for balance and strength and endurance. Those kids would be well served to wrestle after football, to help them to be a better football player if football is kind of what their thing is. But it certainly would help them to be a better football player if they were involved in wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. I actually have a list of NFL players present and past that are in the NFL that wrestled in some facet throughout their lives. It's a pretty extensive list.
I think I've seen that list myself, actually. So if somebody was watching and had an interest in coming out and watching these guys wrestle, when do you guys wrestle? Is there certain nights that you guys wrestle, or what do you have coming up?
This Saturday, or not this Saturday, the following Saturday, we have a sectional tournament at Medina High School. It's a Friday, Saturday tournament. It starts at 4 o'clock on Friday.
So that'd be February 14th and 15th.
Very good. Yes, and then that starts the road to state. Take top 4 out of there, and states at Bowling Green this year, districts at Bowling Green this year.
Okay.
Qualify for state from districts down in Columbus.
So you guys were second in the pack, and who was first, and are they somebody that are a traditional rival for us?
Keystone is a very solid program through and through. They won the conference last year with a whole bunch of juniors, and then all those juniors came back this year as seniors, and we were leading until about 160, and Alex was the only guy we had after 160, and they had every other weight class. So,
yeah. Well, and I guess that probably from a standpoint of a goal, that's got to be a goal, is to just increase numbers. You just need people out there. You need to be able to fill the weight classes. And I think that will continue to lead to more wins, as you get more people involved. So I guess at the end of the day, that's one of the keys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a numbers game.
It is a numbers game, and I'll tell you what, there is no sport, and I say this respectfully and certainly not to scare, but it is one of the toughest sports there is. I mean, wrestling is not easy, and I give you guys all the credit in the world. It is a challenge. It's a tough, there's nothing like being on that mat one-on-one and going at it, in a match like that. I mean, it's tough. So it does take a certain mentality to be able to handle that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else that you guys want to add about your season this year, or trying to get people out to come out and watch? Do you get many people come out to watch a match?
Like Coach said, like we've been saying, we just need more numbers right now. We're at a 14. We were just talking about it right outside. We would like to see that number go up to about maybe 20, 25. Just need a lot bigger kids to come out right now. Up in the upper 100s, 200s. Got just about everything else filled in. So.
Yeah. And what weight do you wrestle, Alex?
170.
170. So we need more people up in that 170 category, a little bigger, a little smaller than you, huh? Maybe they're afraid of you, and you'll beat them up every day at practice. I don't know. Oh well. Well, I want to thank you guys for being here. Coach, anything else about the program that you want to mention while we have this forum? I mean, you're doing an outstanding job with the program and the success you are having as well as the kids. And the pride you're bringing to our community is very much appreciated. And I know that the wrestling program, much because of you and your participation as an athlete, has a pretty storied tradition and was a program that was feared, in the state. And I know you're bringing that tradition back, and thanks to guys like this that are making it happen and winning conference championships, you're bringing that tradition back. So I want to thank you for that. But anything else you want to add about the program before we end tonight?
I just like to tell people to not be scared of the program. We have, I think, 3 brand new guys this year, never wrestled before, and they made it all year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's something that'll help the student athlete in not only discipline, but just being out there on your own, and there's nowhere to hide, there's no excuses,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that speaks a long way for their future. Even if they're not state champ, they can certainly benefit from the sport.
And I agree with you, and I tell you, that's one thing I think is important to stress, is it is good just to be involved. Be involved in something. Wrestling is the kind of sport that it is tough and you work hard, but it is the kind of sport you can be involved. I don't believe you cut.
No, not
so,
yet.
Anybody that wanted to wrestle could be involved with that. You do learn a lot of good life lessons. And again, on that same note, you mentioned it, but if somebody wanted to come out new for the first time, you'll take good care of them.
I will welcome
and
with
you'll
open arms.
and make sure that that they're not beat up and that that they can make it, and you take it easy on them at first, until they get acclimated, until they can compete at a level like these guys. And then it takes a lot of hard work, and but there's a place for them.
Absolutely, there's a place for everybody in the program.
Yeah, excellent. Well, good. Anything else, Coach?
No, pretty good.
You guys have anything else that you want to add? Well, I want to thank you for being here today. It's wonderful to be able to highlight your wrestling program and what you guys do. Wrestling is one of those sports that unfortunately you don't get kind of the attendance sometimes that they might get at other sports, but certainly doesn't make it any less important. We're very proud of what you do and proud of how you represent Buckeye. That's so important to us. That you take pride in what you do and take pride in your school, and we appreciate that. So thank you for being here very much. I appreciate it. Would encourage people to come out and see a wrestling match if you never have. Please check our website. Do you have a website that might have a schedule on it?
www.medinabuckeyewrestling.com. It's a brand new website this year. Still working some kinks out, but it's new and improved.
But they could learn a lot about the program by going there.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, go to that website and check it out, and come out and watch a wrestling match. And if you're a young man thinking about getting involved in wrestling, please look up our youth program and get involved. If you happen to be in our junior high or high school and are thinking about it, see Coach Max Worthy, get some information, and come on out and try it. Something that everybody can do, and I think you'll have a lot of fun and a lot of rewards from doing it. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And I want to thank our community for tuning in for our wrestling program. This is Brian Williams. I want to thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time at Buckeye Schools.